Hello, Brian King here again. I'm recording this particular lesson at the request of one of my clients. One thing you find with our kiddos, and maybe even ourselves, if we have Asperger's or ADHD, is a tendency towards catastrophic thinking, meaning that any problem registers as the end of the world. We start whipping ourselves up into a frenzy. We start having all kinds of negative thoughts about all of the awful things that could possibly happen. Well, one mistake that we tend to make as parents is that we try to guide our children through lecture. Now, here's a principle that I really want you to understand and embody, is reflection is a better teacher than lecture. You want them to be able to reflect upon why this particular response is the one they decided to go with. And one question that's very simple that you can use to tap into this is to simply say, why that? You got so upset about this issue. Why that? That's one of the worst things that you can do as a parent is to minimize their assessment of the situation. So if they think, oh my goodness, this is terrible, and you say, man, you're overreacting, it's really not a big deal. The moment you do that, you lose rapport with your child. You've lost connection, and you've invalidated their emotions. You want to stay connected with them so that you can support them through a process of reflection. So your child catastrophizes something, is really upset about it. The thing you want them to do is to reflect upon their thinking about it. Why did they choose to see it this way? So let's say you're dealing with little Johnny. You say, Johnny, this seems to be very upsetting for you. Can you tell me, what were you most concerned about? What is it you were afraid was going to happen? Because you want to see, how did they assess, what did they think was going to go wrong? Then you can ask him, yeah, well, I can see if you thought that way, why it would be so upsetting for you. Are you interested in another approach? Are you interested in some suggestions on how else you might be able to see the situation? That's when you can introduce different perspectives. You want to have a conversation that goes both ways, that begins with little Johnny reflecting upon the fact that he chose to see it this way, and also give you permission to offer another perspective. Because if he's still caught up in his catastrophizing and you start lecturing, the only thing he's going to get out of this is you don't get it. So he's going to tune you out. So this is a simple way of beginning that conversation, but ultimately what you want him to understand is that the reality he's creating is because of the perception he is choosing. And if you can help him choose another perspective, then you can help him create a new reality. So if you have any more questions about this, I'm happy to guide you through it. So feel free to make comments or questions below. Also, you can PM me at any time. That means private message, because I'm here to help you. And if anybody else can benefit from this, feel free to share it and pass it along. This is Brian King. We'll be talking again soon.